Well, I'm here with the very special Deborah Presley Brando. Hi, Deborah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Going well, yes. I've been talking to family and friends about our upcoming chat. They're all excited and
Oh,
wanting to learn more about you, and I've been explaining to them um, through my reading of your new non-fiction novel.
right.
And yes, I've dived in and learnt so much already.
What
So
page are you on?
I
What?
am. I'll see.
what?
My copy's here, and
Oh,
I've been making some markers.
oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Where is it?
I haven't read it. Once I wrote it, and I wrote it over like 60-year period, 50-year period. I don't read it. And I don't know, when I have people who read it that know me, it's like whatever's in there, we don't want to talk about it, but whatever's there is there.
That's right. Well, you've lived it.
I have. I'm
Yeah,
still living it.
exactly. That's
I'll
right.
always be living it.
Oh, yeah. Well, as we've discussed earlier, you and I were both Pisces, so we are like-minded. And
Exactly.
I love that we have formed a bond, and that's led us to today, starting
Yes,
our
it's
conversation.
beyond the book. Yeah, you are precious. Thank you.
You are precious,
Thank you.
and definitely our relationship has transcended the book. That was a
Good.
great starting point, and I've
Yeah.
loved learning more about you. I've been trying to think where to start. I've got so many little notes that I've made, and I don't know where to start. There's so much to cover. It's like we need to do an anthology series.
We could.
We could.
We
That's
can.
right.
Because it
Yeah,
is a living story, as you know. It's very alive right now.
exactly. Oh, yeah, much more to cover. Yeah. Um, I was watching an interview of you recently, and you mentioned that there was a podcast in the works. Is that still going?
Yeah, it's funny because I do not like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I've always been around people that are, and that's good, but it's hard for me. And it's really hard for me to, I have to do it, but I'm like, I wish I had a stand in to like sit there and do it for me because I don't, it's just hard. I mean, some people are made have everybody looking at them, like my father. He was really good at that. But maybe I can do it without me actually being physically, I don't know. It's coming, but it's like the last squeeze of the toothpaste. It's coming, but it isn't here yet. Maybe I'll do it today. I wish you were here. You could help me do it. It's like, yikes, I need help.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. So, I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this information, but my sister just got engaged, and
Oh,
her fiance are flying out to. They're getting married in Vegas,
well,
and
it's just upstairs. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm saving now for the trip, and I said to my mum, I said, if we fly into LA, I've got to meet Deborah, because
Totally.
yeah, I would love
Yeah,
to make that
yeah, we
happen.
will. Maybe
Yeah,
you can help me launch it. Maybe we can
absolutely.
make like five little episodes, like 20 minutes each, and you take it with you and you do it from there.
I'll get to work straight away.
Thank you. I'd love that.
I need a new project.
I need someone to help me. I mean, I have all the information. I just need someone to help guide me. I think my daughter's here. Hold on.
No
Go ahead.
worries.
Never mind.
That's
Sorry.
all good. I
You
have
can
a
edit, right? Can you edit
I
later?
think so. This is my first Zoom interview, but
Oh, wow.
I researched how to record, so I'm I think I've got it covered.
We're good.
Yeah, but I'm just so pleased to be here with you. And for those who aren't aware yet of your story, you were born in 1955, and
Nope. I was conceived in 55, June.
sorry, my bad.
Oh,
Conceived
same
in
thing. You're
55,
kind of born
born.
at conception. Yeah.
That's right. Sorry, my bad. Born in 56.
March 4th, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
That's right. You'll have a special birthday next year.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, my body will be 70 years old, but my soul is timeless. It's kind of hard to connect the two because, yeah, I mean, to say I'm a 70 is like, wow, what is going on?
It's only a number.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I loved from the moment I started your book. I found it very easy to read and very um, like page turnable. Like I just was immediately immersed in
Yeah.
it. And like any good story, like I was engrossed in all of the characters involved. Not that they're characters, but they're your family. And I just loved how it was pieced together. And
Thank you.
yeah, so I've got a few little markers. So let's start.
Yes, too.
Yes. Yes, so um, your parents met in South Carolina?
North Carolina,
North Carolina. Sorry about
Charlotte,
that.
Charlotte,
That's right.
the
And
Queen City.
yeah, I've only become familiar with the area through researching. I've always wanted to drive through the States, but yeah,
You will love it.
and your dad was a Southern boy, and
Yes,
had your mum been brought up in the South as well?
yes. She was born in Charlotte, which is about 400 miles from Tupelo, which is where he was born. But yeah, they're all original colonies. Yeah.
That's right. I thought so because I did remember that being mentioned at the beginning of the book. I love one of my big takeaways that really touched my heart was how your paternal grandmother really cared, had a concern for your mum and yourself. Are you able to touch on that at all?
Yes. As you know, this is before cell phones and before computers and before the internet. And back then, my father was traveling and just little country fairs and things like that. But my grandmother was a liaison. So my father would call home once a day. And then my mother would talk to my grandmother and tell him where she was, how she was. And my grandmother, Gladys, would relay messages to my father. And if you look at those early photographs of her while I was still in the womb, because he became well known when I was 4 months in the womb. And my mother had already married somebody else by then that could give me a good life because at that point he could not. So it was hard for all of them. But yeah, without my grandmother's help, and she was very picky about who he was with because she wanted him to be with someone who was spiritual. And that was, and also attractive, which is kind of a hard thing to find sometimes. She was a combination of both, as was my grandmother. So yeah, she played a key role.
That's right. And I've heard stories of other people say that as well about Gladys. And she had such a beautiful heart, and she was so intertwined with her son too. I I connected with that.
Yeah, my kids too. I mean, and she would wake up in the middle of the night and know when he was in trouble or having a problem. I mean, this is what helps me in my own life, even at this moment. We are always connected to our parents, no matter how far away they are. And even if they're living or not living, they're because we're a piece of them, So yeah. And I have that bond with my children.
That's lovely. It's intergenerational.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
eternal, eternal.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm only just beginning really getting my spiritual life. I've been reading a lot more, and I feel like broadening my horizons, learning more, and I think you feel like your eyes have been opened again. Yeah.
Absolutely. And here's the truth, and if anybody ever thinks about anything I had to say, I hope it will be this. We are all of divine origin. We have a father in heaven that loves us and knows us, and a mother too, but that's another topic. But he knows every single one of us. And I think most religions don't talk about, I'm LDS Mormon, and we talk about this every Sunday. You are God's son. I am his daughter. Every human being that's ever walked the earth or ever will. And if we could all just know that and that he knows us and he never leaves us. And that bond is transferred to you and your mother. And I mean, it's just such a simple concept. And when you know that, it changes the way you are.
Exactly. And then it's a domino effect too. It affects those around you.
And in terms of forgiveness, like right now, there's a part of me that doesn't want to forgive what just happened, which we'll talk
Mm.
about later. But I have to,
Yeah,
because that's what we we can do, what Jesus did. I mean, we're supposed to do that, as hard as it is. So yeah, I mean, these are simple life lessons that could change everything on the planet in an instant if everyone would just recognize it.
exactly. It's getting everyone on board.
Yeah, and we're all the same. And what are we fighting for? We're
Mm.
fighting because we want our families to be safe. We want to be loved. I mean, we're all his children, no matter what color, where we're from. And as we speak, there is so much going on that there has to, and I believe that awakening has begun. I think it began with Charlie.
Yes, definitely. And hopefully um, some positives do come out of these terrible situations that we've been through as
They
well.
are. As we speak, my entire government has shut down. Do you know that the government in the United States is closed to down? But you know what? Nothing's really changed, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
shut
Well,
down. It's like, yeah.
wow.
But see, the federal workers still have to go to work even though they aren't being paid. Think about
Okay.
that for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Wow.
getting off track. Go ahead.
That's all right. Yes, we're all vessels of love, that's for sure.
Thank you.
And I've got another note here.
I do think that what happened contributed to my grandmother's death. She just couldn't handle that she had a grandchild that could not be known because the world had just grabbed him away from her. He was doing radio shows and traveling, and but what was his choice? He took poverty or his mission. And his mission is what we're talking about. Because if he could have talked to you, he would have told you exactly what I'm telling you and what
That's
he
right.
wanted the world to know. In a way, I'm just carrying on his message. At the very end of his life, and I confirmed this, he was making flyers for the boys to pass out at the shows, the last shows he did, all about the I am. I am that I am.
Yeah, okay. He was very passionate about social issues. I recollect the song In the Ghetto,
Yes.
and yes, very powerful lyrics in
he
that
had to, he
one.
had to, he had to fight for that because the
Mm.
colonel said no. He wanted to keep him as this mythical, magical man that could sing to hound dogs and and have all these girls around. That was all that, and he really wanted people to understand that we're all of divine nature. But that would not have flown. But I think it needs to soon because this is what. And he was passing out those flyers. He wanted people to recognize who they are.
That's right. Another point I found in the book too that I wanted to mention because it's similar is when the mission he went to the White House and met Nixon and
Yeah,
and the I suppose honor that was um,
he became
bestowed
a
upon him.
federal agent. Yeah, that's
That's
another
right.
thing. That's another thing that Priscilla's lying about in the book. She says that it was an honorary thing. It was not. He was a federal agent for the DEA
That's
because
right.
he thought that he was in Vegas and these drug dealers were giving cocaine and drugs to his stepbrothers.
Mhm.
And he thought if you got a drug from the doctor, that was fine because they're like God in the South. And because they're so well educated. And so he went to Nixon and he thought that he could actually do something about the drugs in Vegas and around the world because Khrushchev said that he would take over America without firing a shot. And that was through drugs, which is still what we're talking about today. And so my father just bit off more than he could chew, really.
Yeah. I remember hearing how there was, I believe, threats made against him in the Vegas years, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
and that's one reason why he looks so big. Everyone says he's so fat, and yeah, he was bloated, but if you look, his legs are really skinny. He had on a bulletproof vest, which are big with
Yeah,
those metal plates underneath his, and he had a pistol in his pocket. And just imagine back then, we didn't have metal detectors when people came in, and he was in front of 60 and 80,000 people, and someone had actually broken into Graceland, the Memphis, the mafia, and they had broken into Graceland and cut the head off Lisa Marie's teddy bear, Mabel, and put it on the table and said, "If you don't back off, this will be your family." So he had no choice but to do the things that he did.
exactly. Thinking back how the events um, unraveled, I wonder, do you think your father's impact now is so strong because he was very true to himself and his calling?
Absolutely. And if you read in the book, my mother told me that from the minute she saw him, that he had a presence. There was something about him, and he knew it, and he didn't understand it. And even, years later, when I was with Larry Geller, and who was one of his best friends, and also Gene Smith, and he would just wake up and go, "Why me? Why are these people reacting to me this way?" And then he recognized that he had a purpose, and that's why he loved gospel music. He wanted to bring people back to God. And if we have
That's
to
right.
do this, and that's part of what my purpose of even writing that book is, because if we don't have faith, we don't have anything, and that can never be taken from us.
That's right. You've moved me deeply with the book. So, me, I can speak as one reader. You've definitely, um, how do I word it? Served your dad justice and integrity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're
You're
gonna
a
have to
beautiful
edit because
soul.
there's gonna be a lot of crying.
Exactly. I
It's
sure will.
happening.
You can trust me. I sure will.
All
Yeah.
right.
Also, yeah, you mentioned Jean and Larry. They were really supportive to you, and I loved hearing throughout the book the anecdotes about them as well. They really helped give you a sense of who your father was.
Yeah, and I think both of them, especially Gene, they see so much of him and me that when I first met Gene, he couldn't even sit across from me. He had to sit right beside me and like be like, it's like we met at a restaurant at Howard Johnson's near Graceland. And I remember I had a cold and it was winter, and I went into the restaurant and he just ran up to me and held me. And I thought he'd want to sit across from me so we could talk, but no, he had to sit like right here, right beside me. And and yeah, and Gene was close to him because my father was a twin. His twin died probably in the womb, but at birth, the twin was dead. And Gene was born 6 weeks before. So they were like brothers. And they grew up in Tupelo. They moved to Memphis together as a family. So Gene was like his brother. And my father had a sleepwalking disorder. So my grandmother insisted that Gene travel and drive him everywhere because she didn't want him waking up in strange hotels, and start running, walking around. So Gene was as close to him as anyone could be. And when I first came out, Priscilla told everybody in the family that if they accepted me publicly, they would be off the payroll. So most of them complied, and some to this day. But Gene said, "You know what? Basically, F you, I don't care." He goes, "She's
Yeah.
mine." And he didn't care. He went to court with me, and he stood beside me because he knew what's right is right.
Yeah, I have so much respect for him for that. I think, was it his brother that at the beginning of Graceland's years of being open to the public, was there a Smith relative that was a tour guide, if I remember correctly?
Billy, yeah. And
Billy.
actually,
Yeah.
he was supposed to be the executor, but that got switched by Priscilla and Vernon. They destroyed the original will and put in a will that was convenient for them. That
Mm,
excluded a lot of people because my father would have left Gene. Everyone knows how generous my father was, but the will
exactly.
that they're using only leaves to Lisa Marie with Priscilla in charge.
Okay. Mm,
Of course, now that's gone to Riley, but that was a fight too because Priscilla wants everything.
That's right. Yeah, that's a whole other saga, isn't it, at the
That
moment?
might be a whole different interview. Yeah.
I think I think so. We'll have to tee that up. There's just so much detail to get through.
Yeah. But for her to mention me in her new book, she actually did me a favor because there are millions of people who are going to see my name for good or bad and research and then know exactly what we're trying to tell them. So
That's
I'm
right.
grateful for her. I mean, if she felt that insecure that she had to validate herself by trying to invalidate me, see how God works?
It's your good karma.
Kind of overwhelming, but absolutely.
I believe so.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart, though, because I
Yeah.
really think there's something going on beyond what we can see. Because nobody would do what she's doing in their right mind.
No, I was just watching the recent clip that Donna Presley posted too, saying that she couldn't stay silent any longer.
She can't.
Mm,
I messaged her actually, and I feel like Priscilla doesn't have long for this world. So bless her. I mean,
yeah.
I almost feel maternal towards her. Like I said in the book, when I first saw her on the set of Dallas, I was sitting in her chair because she doesn't sit in her chair, and she was 9 months pregnant. And when she walked in the room and she saw me, and she's not very tall. So I was sitting in her chair, and when she walked in, and this is hold on, I've got to get rid of that call. When she, hold on, Katie, you can come in. What was I going to say? Anyway, when I first saw her, she had sheer shock in her face, and I just wanted to put my arms around her and hug her, if you can believe that. I almost felt maternal towards her. I still do. I saw her. I have a photograph of me and her together that I haven't shown yet, and
Okay.
she's got her arm around me, and there's something just not clicking in her. I don't know if it's dementia or there's just something, you know.
Because some things don't quite line up. There are contradictions I see.
Total,
Yeah.
total,
But you are
total.
such a warm person, Deborah, because I took away also from the book your maternal instinct towards Lisa as well.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I still felt like even now, I'm still sort of protecting her. I mean, imagine how she felt. If you read Lisa's book, she says that she knew from her mother's book that they wanted to have an abortion. I mean, who wants to hear that? And
Exactly.
even in my book, remember how I talk about in the beginning that I believe as souls we hear what's going on in the womb.
I did. I
She,
remember
she
that.
says the same thing in her book,
Mm.
that she feels like she knew what was going on and she was not wanted, which is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
She didn't feel wanted by her mum, from what I gather.
And then her mother says that my father asked her to get an abortion. So she deep down didn't feel loved by either one of them. I
Mm.
mean, it's sad. I mean,
Very
my father
sad.
can give her all the material things in the world. But Larry Geller told me at 4 years old, she was sitting by his bedroom door just waiting for him to come out. I mean, I didn't get the money, but I sure did get uh, all the love in the world from the time I was conceived. So that's the difference.
You were brought up by your mum Barbara and Don. How
Yes.
how do you remember them after all these years?
Well, my mother is like, I thought she was literally a part of me. I mean, I didn't know we were not the same, as weird as that sounds, because she never left me. I mean, I slept with her. She was only 16 years older than me. She never went to work. I was the center of her universe. And there wasn't one time that I woke up in the night and said, "Mom," and she was I didn't even couldn't even get mama out, and she was there. So I thought we were so symbiotic, even though I didn't know what that meant. But I was in my early teens when my Katie, the refrigerator door is open. Sorry, you're gonna have to
That's
edit.
all good. I sure
So,
will.
okay, wait a minute. I have to close it. Can you hold on?
Of course, no worries.
Sorry. Actually, see, I am very peaceful, but I think I've seen more of my temper, which I got from him, and I haven't really seen it in about 30 years. But the past couple of days, I've seen it. Like
Yeah,
little things like that, and like the key this morning. Anyway, go ahead.
it's totally understandable. There's been so much going on as well.
Still is.
Still is.
Still
Yeah,
is. And it's going to continue. But
yeah,
the
that's right.
end goal is for everyone to know that we're all Heavenly Fathers and He loves us, and we need to love ourselves enough to love each other.
Exactly. And yeah, and I feel like also with things that are going on in the world, forgiveness is very important as well to move forward.
And you know what? That unburdens us. It's not really for the other person, it's for us.
Oh, so true.
Because to carry that, just like with Charlie's wife, when she said she forgave him,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's a gift to us to
that's
forgive.
right.
And that's what Jesus said. He said, forgive each other and love each other as I have loved and forgiven. And we're forgiven. It's really simple. You can write it all down in 2 sentences.
That's right. I was even watching a recent clip of Jay Shetty's interview with Madonna, and then she was talking about with her Kabbalah instructor about forgiveness, and she was saying what she does if someone does something to her, like indirectly or directly, she tries to humanize them and picture them and say they were hurt. They were once,
Oh, totally.
yeah,
And look
they
at
were once.
her. I mean, did you get to the part about her in my book?
I did, yes, and I
Okay,
was
well,
going to mention that too.
she needs to forgive her mother. I mean, her mother died when she was 5 years old.
That's right.
And so, how do you feel loved when you lost everything in a day? I mean, she had her mother till she was 5, but that explains a lot. But it also makes us who we are.
That's true.
So, and
Yeah,
I believe we create our lives now that we're sort of in before we come here, that we're in the pre-existence. My church believes that. And that our souls, come here to learn. But some of us sign up for, stay in the same place your whole life and never move. And I've moved like 500 times in my life. And others take jet planes like us, to enlightenment, and some people spend lifetimes trying to figure out the most simple things.
that's right. I believe manifestation is partly wanting to learn as well.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. And and God says, I mean, what he can do, we can do. And so that's part of manifestation, but we have to be specific. Like I said, I wanted a great guy that was, maybe at the time I wanted a Jewish guy because they were intellectual, but I forgot to put single.
Oh,
You know what I mean? We got to
yeah.
be really specific, because you might get that perfect thing, but oh wow, they got a whole nother life. So we need to
Yeah.
learn. It's called ordered manifestation, to where down to like, oh, I want to have orange throw pillows on my couch. We have to be specific,
Yeah, so everything aligns.
right? And it took me into I'm going into my 8th decade, and it took me until probably my early 60s to realize that. Be careful what you want, and because you'll bring it. What you think, you create. When I first met Larry Geller, the first books he put into my hands that belonged to my father was Yogananda, um, um, which is self-realization, and also a book called The Magic Presence, which is the I Am. And what we speak, we create. So
Yes,
we have to be very careful.
I believe in that too.
Yeah, I know you do. You're very
Yeah,
wise. You're very wise. I
thank
don't know
you.
how old you are, but you are very
Um,
wise. You've got lifetimes of wisdom in that young body.
I I appreciate that. I was told by a psychic when I was younger that I was an old soul.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's obvious. But that makes it interesting, though, doesn't it?
It does. And
Yeah.
I feel I was meant to find you too. a
I
fellow
believe that.
Pisces. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're a part of the mission of healing this mess. I mean, if you think about it, planet Earth is only what, 27,000 miles around?
yeah,
And like when I drove to North Carolina and back last year, that's 5,000 miles. Just do that, like what? Five, well, I can't do the math, but five
yeah.
times, and that's the entire planet. And if you look at us from Mars and other planets, I mean, we're very small. We need to really stop. We're acting like children in the sandbox killing each other. You know, we
That's
have to
right.
stop. We
We've
have to stop.
we've never been so close in proximity, but yet so
Far
distant as
away.
well. Yeah,
Exactly. Like right now, we're not created to know what's going on in Gaza. We're not created. We're meant to be in one little area where we stay and know everybody. What comes into our minds, we are not just like the food we eat. We're not built to process this. We're not, I don't know, but but if we have the ability to reach millions of people in 2 seconds, then we need to figure out how to do that.
exactly. And I was so keen on this conversation too, to try and spread these messages as well. So I I feel that we are creating change in a way that we know how.
That's right. Maybe I'll make this interview my first podcast with you having
Perhaps
credit as producing.
I would love that.
You see
I
how that download just came? It's like, that's
It
the,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Deborah, I just wanted to let you know I got a little notification saying that our time is nearly running up.
No.
Only
Okay.
because only because I don't have the pro version of Zoom.
Well, let's do it again tomorrow or later
Yep,
today.
absolutely. Let's do it. We'll do it. I'll log this recording in and then we can do it again.
Okay. And then you fix it and then we'll do a joint podcast.
Awesome.
Wow. The
I'm
whole
down for that.
universe is going to see how this happened.
See, like you and I believe, everything happens for a reason.
And one day you're going to be an old man looking at this going, wow, can't believe it was that long ago and look what it did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know what technology will look like then.
Maybe as fast as we can think we'll create, or, what I'm hoping is Jesus comes back.
That's what we need the
That,
most.
I wish it would be today. Maybe that's what that comet is they can't figure out. Do you know about that?
I I don't recall, sorry.
It's got a name. I'll tell you later. I'll send
Okay.
you the link, but there's something coming toward us from another universe that NASA's
Oh,
talking about.
oh, cool. I'm keen to learn about that.
I bet you are.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll talk later and I'll text you in a minute.
sounds
Thank
great.
you. More
My
later.
my pleasure. I'm putting thumbs up.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'll pause the recording now. Thank you so
amazing.
much, Deborah.
Okay,
I'll
bye. See you
talk to you.
soon.
Yes, for
Okay,
sure.
bye bye.
Bye.